Yo, what's going on? Uncle B checking in. Today, I'm doing one of my favorite all-time breakfasts, okay? I'm doing smothered potatoes and onions, scrapple, some cheesy eggs, and some toast. Let's jump into it. This is what we're gonna use today. We're gonna use some scrapple, okay? Of course, some eggs. I'm gonna make these things cheesy. And then we're gonna make our own gravy, okay? I'm gonna teach y'all how to make gravy from scratch, all right? Brown gravy. And we're not using the brown and stuff to make gravy with. We're doing it homemade, all right? Now we're gonna need some butter, salt, pepper, some flour, some beef stock, some wash your sister sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, some Italian seasoning, and of course, we got some potatoes that sit here soaking in some salt water, and we got the onions. All right, meet me at the stove. Now, y'all remember, in every video I say, do not put nothing, I'll repeat, nothing in the pan without it being preheated. Now, you see that cast iron back there? She hot, she ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and throw that scrapple on there, like so. Let that thing sizzle for a few. Next, we're gonna put the potatoes in this stainless steel right here. Let's go ahead and drop these potatoes. That's been soaking in salt water. Add some extra flavor to them. Now, if you know stainless steel, everything's gonna stick, okay? Until it naturally releases itself. That goes with everything. So we're not gonna touch these potatoes until they naturally release themselves. Same goes with the scrapple. We ain't gotta touch that for a while. While those potatoes are starting to cook down, I'm gonna take a little bit of salt. Just give them a nice little dusting. That's it. And let them things rock and roll. All right, let's go ahead and give these things a shake. Oh yeah. See how they're releasing? See, stainless steel ain't hard to cook on. You just gotta know how to cook on it. Let's take your spatula. Look at that. See how they were stuck? Oh yeah. Now what I'm gonna do, take my onions. Oh yeah. Get them onions up in there. Ooh, these things starting to smell good already, boy. A little bit more salt. Damn, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check this scrapple right quick for y'all. Oh yeah. Look at the crust on them things. Woo! Let's let this rock and roll for a few more minutes. Hey, this is gonna be some good stuff right here. All right, now let's go ahead and start adding flavor to these potatoes and onions. A little bit of pepper. Onion powder. Garlic powder. A little bit of Italian seasoning. Top it off with a dusting of salt. Boom. Now what this is gonna do is add more depth to that gravy when I reintroduce the potatoes to the homemade gravy I'm gonna make. So we're gonna let these rock and roll for a few more minutes, and we're gonna start on that gravy. But that scrapple over there, I ain't gotta worry about that. She good to go. And since my cast iron skillet is hot, that's where I'm gonna put my toast. I'm gonna make my toast on the cast iron skillet so that way I ain't gotta even plug up the toaster. You know what I'm saying? That's how you utilize everything in your kitchen. So let's let these rock for a few more minutes. And we're gonna take these out and we're gonna start that gravy. All right, now we got the potatoes how we want them. Let's go ahead and remove them. Set them to the side. Get started on that gravy. And remember, you want all that fond that's at the bottom of this pan. You want all that. But don't worry, it don't stick, it comes off. I'll show y'all in a second. All right, now remember the ratio. Equal parts fat, equal parts flour. So here we got 5 tablespoons of butter. So we're gonna get that in there, melt that on. And then we're gonna use 5 tablespoons of flour. So let's get that melted. Then we're gonna add that flour to this butter. Now we got that butter melted down. Let's go and add this flour. 5 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's get this thing mixed up. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna cook that flour taste up out of here. And like I said, all that fond, that's where all that flavor's at. And what you're gonna do is keep your spoon, whisk, whatever you're gonna have in your hand, moving around. You're gonna get all that. You want all that. And once I got all this cooked down the way I want it, I'll add that beef stock. And now what I'm gonna start doing is adding that beef stock a little at a time. We're gonna want this thing nice and smooth. Work them clumps. Add the rest of that up in there. So now we're just gonna work them clumps out, get it nice and smooth, bring it to a nice little simmer. Then we're gonna add some of that Worcestershire sauce. Now you can make this as thick or as thin as you want. I like my gravies to be on the thicker side. So I'm gonna leave mine at this consistency right here. And now we're gonna start adding some more flavor to her. So instead of the browning, I'm gonna put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in there. Now you see how you make that brown gravy? So if you don't have the browning sauce, throw some Worcestershire sauce in there. Now let's start adding some more flavor to this gravy. Pepper, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. Give that a stir. And this is how you make smothered chicken, smothered turkey wings, all that stuff the right way. Give that a little taste. Look at that. Let's give that a taste. Right on the money. That's good. What we're gonna do is add these potatoes because this is smothered potatoes. Add them potatoes. Now with the potatoes, you can do them big. You can do them small like this. I like doing them small like this because they cook evenly and they don't take as long. If you do them big, of course, they take a little while. So now, we're just gonna stir this in. Cut that fire down. And if you want to thin this out some more, just add more beef broth. That's it. If you add water, you're gonna have to add more seasoning. So get some more beef broth. If you want to thin it down. Me, I like mine to be like this thick. That's how I like mine right there. Nice and thick, baby. Look at that. Let's get these eggs rolling. I already done showed y'all how I make my cheesy eggs in one of my previous videos, so we ain't got to go into that. Got my pan preheated. Now let's go ahead and make these eggs. Nice and cheesy. Uncle B's way. These babies scrambled up. Put them like so. I said, this ain't gonna take too long to do. I cannot wait to try that. That stuff will be so good along with these cheesy eggs. Whew. Look at them babies. Nice and cheesy. So if you like cheese, load it up. Don't like cheese, I wouldn't suggest you put no cheese in it because boy, these eggs is cheesy. All right, now that everything is done, let's go and get this thing plated up. But these, look at them right there. Whew. Nice and thick, like I like it, baby. All right, so we're gonna go ahead with the scrapple first. Let's get that scrapple on this plate. We're gonna go ahead and get them eggs on here. Now the reason why I made the toast is because I'm putting the smothered potatoes on the toast. Ooh, yeah. And let's go ahead and put some of this on there. Look at that. Oh, this something right here, boy. You knew this was cooking in the kitchen in the morning. You was up to get dibs, baby. I'm telling you. Now you talking about nice and hearty meal. Just get a look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. This right here is going to stick to your ribs. So you know what we got to do. You know we got to give it a taste test. I'm going to do mine. A little bit of that egg. Cooked just right. you learn how to make your own gravy, trust me, it tastes much better than anything you buy at the store. Hold on. Give this a try. Let me know what you think. I'm about to go and enjoy this. Thanks for kicking it with Uncle B. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.